Thank you. Thank you. I am quite unexpectedly called to say my word, and I heartily know, in consideration of the fact that I am required to be in another place in a few minutes, that I ought to occupy any of your time. I was just meditating an escape. I'm up to that trick, you know. When I was called upon to say a few words to you, anything that I could say in connection with the great subject has been as well and better said by Mrs. Livermore. I thought, however, I would say a few words about the vastly better condition of the colored man in this country by his being allowed to vote. Before I had this illustration, before the experiment was tried, it is due to myself to say that I was decidedly in favor of the extension of suffrage to women. Indeed, from the beginning of my connection with the abolitionists in this country, I saw the principle in which I demanded freedom for the black man applied equally to the woman. I believe this government will never be in a safe, healthy condition until all the good people under it and all the bad people under it also shall have the right to bring whatever good or whatever bad there is in them into the government. And I am so free of my religious opinion, so entirely free of the notion of the total depravity of man, and such a believer in the preponderating good of human nature, that I believe all the bad can be trusted with all the good, that all the ignorance can be trusted with all the intelligence, that this government will never know what it ought to be until all the people living under it have some method of diffusing or infusing themselves into the government. I know I am not giving you much light on the subject. I am merely giving you my creed. I sometimes wonder why men make speeches at all. I used to wonder why men made abolition speeches and argued the right of freedom to the Negro, or why men even differed about it at all. The point enunciated by the abolitionists was clear and simple and did not require argument. It was only every man is himself or his self. We say today that every woman is herself. And if nobody can be represented by anybody else, then therefore she should have a voice in the government. I know I am not giving you such a good speech that I could write if I was at home. But it's all I have to say. I am glad, and I thank you for the opportunity. I'm glad to say that there are still colored men in this country who still and have not forgotten the rights of others after having received their own rights. In conclusion, I would say that I am for woman's voting, for woman's education. I am for letting women be everything in this world they are capable of being, and doing everything they are capable of doing, and doing well. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.